If you're a regular on this channel or you know me personally, you'll know that I can't help myself when it comes to modifying cars. And so it may come as a bit of a surprise that in the 8 months I've owned my GR Corolla, I've done absolutely nothing to it. Well, today that is all about to change. In the next 15 minutes, we are going to transform the GR Corolla. Let's go. Now I know, thanks to people like Adam LZ, I'm a little bit late to the party, but I did have a valid reason for not modifying the car straight away, and that was that I wanted to film a 6-month ownership review video. And that video is now live, but in that video I did mention a few things that I didn't like about the GR Corolla. And so for the last 6 months I've been researching and stockpiling a whole bunch of modifications to turn this GR Corolla into my GR Corolla. And this is my journey, so I'm happy to go at my own pace. But with that being said, let me walk you through what is on the menu today. Starting with the most obvious, we've got a set of Ray's 57 DR gram lights. These are 18 by 9.5 with a plus 22 offset. I really like the simple design of these wheels because, to be honest, cleaning the factory wheels sucks balls. And I like the nod to the rally essence of this car as well. Now we're going to wrap those in some Bridgestone RE003s, a 255/35 footprint, and coincidentally, all of my cars are now running these tyres, including one that I haven't introduced to you guys yet, but that's another video. And they've always performed really well. Getting the car to sit right will be thanks to some MCA Pro Street Coilovers. Now, you could go cheaper here, but the fact that these have local support, they're fully customizable, fully rebuildable, played an important factor. Now, keen-eyed might know that these are Pro Comfort, not Pro Street. Unfortunately, they sent the wrong ones, but we'll get that sorted so that we get this car looking and performing just the way it should. Talking about looks, I've always been disappointed in the spoiler on the GR Corolla. So after a bunch of research, I ended up settling on this. This is the Epsilon Plus WRC style wing for the GR Corolla. It kind of accentuates the muscular yet smooth lines of the GR Corolla without being too jagged, and kind of sticks with that OEM Plus kind of look. And in that theme, I've opted to have it painted body colored, just to sort of really tie it in with the car, and that should look pretty special. And then we have this, maybe the part I'm most excited about, the AWE catback exhaust. Now you can get this in either the track version or the quieter touring version. You already know we went for the track version because we like it loud. Comes with these diamond black exhaust tips, which are absolutely enormous and are going to fill out the rear bumper really nicely. I think it's going to sound a little bit obnoxious, but that's okay, that's what we're going for. And finally, we have a couple of small things, including the 6-element armrest. Yes, no one can quite believe these cars came without an armrest. We have some yellow tint for front fog lights and a Flow Design fire extinguisher bracket. Because if you know, you know. Overall, it's not a bad way to spend about 11,000 Aussie dollars, but since these parts have been sitting in storage for months, I'm itching to get them on the car. So let's get grubby. To kick things off, I'm installing the Flow Design fire extinguisher bracket by simply fixing the fire extinguisher holder to the mounting plate, undoing the front seat rail bolts, sliding in the base plate and attaching the mounting plate. Once you've retightened the seat rail bolts and attached the fire extinguisher, it's job done. The fog lights are about 50mm in diameter, so I found a right size socket to trace out a circle. Would you love me better if I After cleaning the area, just line it up, press out any air bubbles and complete with a final trim. whilst we wait for a hoist to be available, I'm actually going to tackle the spoiler now. It should be fairly straightforward. It is bolted to the car. They've changed the way that they do the fitments, but there's a really good fitment guide on YouTube from the company, but they provide a template. So I'm going to cut those out, line them up, drill a hole through the car, which is going to feel pretty wrong, and then see how we go with fitment. Start by removing the factory black trim by removing the 2 securing bolts. Then trace out the supplied templates. Make sure you print them so the 2-inch square is to scale. Well, that didn't work. The ceramic coat doesn't let me mark the boot. I'll have to find something else. Oh, this feels so wrong. After drilling some small guide holes, expand these with a larger drill bit. Then just rip off the 3M tape, find a friend, and stick the spoiler in place.
So now pull yours out as you push it down into it. Yep. Yep, pull that over. Okay, open the bonnet.
If everything has gone to plan, the 4 securing bolts will line up with the threads on the spoiler. The armrest is another simple install with some great guidance videos on the 6 Element website. Just be careful not to scratch up the black piano finish on the center console.
I've been worrying about my mental health.
So the question is, do we go for the tall riser or the short riser? Let's do a bit of a test fit. That would be the tall. What about the short? Yeah. I think the short's the way to go.
You got me thinking I was messed up.
You may also want to line the inside of the glove box with some thin foam or felt, just to stop things rattling around inside. Now, Will has also kindly gifted me a Cusco shift knob, although it does say it's for a Yaris, but I'm sure they're all the same. Very simple in design. It's got a nice weight to it, but it's kind of just this flat black. It's got the sticker for the top that has the gear indicators, which I'll attach once it's on the car. But yeah, very simple design, and might as well fit it.
To do just to be alright. Girl, you got me thinking I was messed up.
With the hoist freed up, it was time for the exhaust to go on. And honestly, this was the simplest exhaust install I've ever done. Within 15 minutes, the old one was out and the new one installed, lined up and tightened down. Alright, I guess I did have some help. Bang on.
Fucking mint.
Mintox. Spacing's alright, eh? Alright, first startup. Give us a rev.
later.
Well, after 2 failed attempts and a couple of weeks delay, we have the right coilovers. So let's get these in the car. Unfortunately, the GRC design means that you need to remove the tower brace cowling to install the front coilovers, which also means you have no access to the camber plate or rebound adjustments. Thanks, Toyota. The MCA coilover kit really is quite premium and comes with everything you need, including new sway bar links. The rears are pretty straightforward, and after some height adjustment, the car is sitting pretty. So seeing as you've made it this far, I've got a special bonus for you. I wasn't sure if these were going to make it in time, but with the delays that we had with the coilovers, of course, these have arrived. And they are a set of canards from Flow Design. These are the twin canards. Very simple install, they just get stuck on, but included are the templates and everything you need to attach them perfectly. So let's get these on the car and make the front look a little bit more aggressive. These do come with either a bolt-on or stick-on option already included in the box. If you're going for the stick-on option like me, it's really important that you use the supplied adhesive primer because you don't want these coming loose on the freeway.
Set me free. Set me free. Set me free. Set me free.
And that's it, job done. I have to say, big thumbs up to Flow Design. Everything you need is included in the kit, so it's really easy to DIY at home. Super happy with that. It's so loud. And that just about wraps up our 15-minute tour of all the modifications on the GR Corolla. Now you can find detailed in-store videos for most of these modifications all across YouTube, but if you do have any questions at all, leave them in the comment section below and I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. I'd also like to give a massive shout out to Will at the Short Shift Speed Shop for not only helping out, but also putting up with all the nonsense that goes along with trying to make YouTube content like this. And of course, all the parts suppliers as well, whose information you'll find in the description below. If you've enjoyed the video and would like to show your appreciation, why not give that like button just a little bit of a tickle and consider subscribing because it goes a long way in helping me continue to bring content like this to you. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.